My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Royal Rumble Series, the Ultimate Warrior. And so here we have the Ultimate Warrior posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. The Ultimate Warrior does come with 2 pairs of hands. We get a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. We also get 2 different head sculpts. We do get a head sculpt where he's fully painted, which looks really nice. And then we also do get a head sculpt where his paint is starting to peel off, which looks really good. I do like that. His final accessory is the yellow Intercontinental title, something we've been asking for so long, and we finally got it. Other than that, the Warrior doesn't come with any other accessories, which I am a little upset that he doesn't come with the Gorilla Press Slamming hands. That's one thing I really would have liked to see with this figure. But unfortunately, he doesn't come with it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a look at the Ultimate Warrior, and I think Mattel has done a really good job with this figure. I believe this is the second figure that we have of the Ultimate Warrior that uses a real effects face printing technology, which we did get one with the Ultimate Editions, and having this figure in hand really shows how far it's come with the real effects, especially with face painted characters. So, having a look at the face, it looks really good. I do like the head that they chose with this figure. I'm really surprised they didn't go with a more crazed look for Warrior, but having a calm Warrior is still just as good. And if you don't want him displayed with this head sculpt, we do have the head sculpt where he is missing most of his face paint. So, really do like the fact that we get beginning of the match Warrior and end of the match Warrior. That has me hoping that we get the Ultimate Challenge, Ultimate Edition Warrior. That would be so nice. But having a look at this figure, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is still a really nice figure. I do like the white, the yellow, and the orange. It looks so nice, especially in contrast with the black going around the rest of the colors. So they did a really good job capturing the look of Warrior here. Having a look at his torso, this is the same figure that we've seen on several occasions. Warrior using that really jacked body, which, you know, Warrior was a pretty jacked guy. He wasn't Hulk Hogan big, but he was still really big. Warrior was a big guy, and it is really shown here. You can see he can't really put his arms down all the way because his sides are so big. That's how massive the Warrior was. Really do like the arms they chose for him. This is the perfect arm for the Ultimate Warrior, in my honest opinion. It's a really jacked arm that we see with all the other Warrior figures. So yeah, I do like that. Really, really impressed. And something I do like is that they went the Ultimate Editions route and gave us the Articulated Tassels. That's something I really wasn't expecting to see on this figure. I was expecting the molded tassels where once you have them posed, they're posed like that forever. So really do like the fact that these are articulated, and I do like the fact that throughout his costume we do get the yellow, orange, and white motif. If only he had black, he'd be a corn snake. That's a really bad joke there, but yeah, really do like how these colors look together. They do blend really well, and for colors that are this bright, you wouldn't expect them to blend as nice as they do, but the way they work is that we have the darker color here with the orange, the medium color with the yellow, and then the bright color with the white. So it's just the right shade of yellow and orange that make this pop. So really, really liking it. He is wearing the yellow trunks here, as you can see, with the Warrior emblem on the back, which that's pretty standard for the Warrior. His gear wasn't the flashiest, but it was still iconic. Having a look at his knee pads, you can see that he has the orange knee pads with the yellow insignia, and then we have the articulated tassels here on his knee pads as well. So once again, we do have some carryover from the Ultimate Editions Ultimate Warrior that they started implementing in other Warrior figures, so I really do like that. Then we go on to his boots, which have the tassels. Unfortunately, they're just like sculpted on. I would have liked to see them do something with that. Maybe add a wash just to bring out some of the detailing, but you can see the Warrior emblems throughout the boot, so that's really nice. And it's a cowboy boot. It's not the laced up boot. it's still a really nice look for the Ultimate Warrior, and we do have some more warrior emblems throughout the boots. So really happy with the way this figure came out. They did a lot of things right with this figure. The only wrong thing I can see is that they didn't include the Gorilla Press Slamming Hands, which is, it's his finishing move. Well, I get the splash as his finishing move, but the Gorilla Press leads up into it, so why didn't we get Gorilla Press Slamming Hands? I will never understand Mattel's logic sometimes, but yeah, for every good thing they do, they kind of do mess up here and there. So hey, you got to take it with what you can. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a comparison between the Ultimate Warrior and other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Ultimate Warrior posed next to the Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally, here we do have the Royal Rumble Ultimate Warrior posed next to the Ultimate Edition's Ultimate Warrior and the Ultimate Challenge Ultimate Warrior. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a look at the Warrior's articulation. Now, he does have a ball joint at the head, but because of the way his hair is sculpted, you can imagine it does hinder upward and downwards mobility. He does tilt his head side to side really nicely, so there is that, but yeah, up and down is fairly limited. He can turn his head left and right. The hair is just soft enough to get out of the way for rotation, but not soft enough to get out of the way for up and down movement. His shoulders are on ball joints, and they are really stiff. They're kind of overly stiff on mine, to be quite honest. They do go around, which works really nicely. We do have a bicep swivel, which works fine. We have articulated tassels, which those do rotate, so if you have his arm up to the side like that, you can actually articulate the tassels down, so really do like that. He does have an elbow joint which goes a little less than 90 degrees, but it still gets a really nice bend. We do have a swivel and hinge at the wrist. We do have an ab crunch which leans back about that far. He does lean forward about that far. Then we do have rotation at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They kick back out to the side only to about right there. We do have rotation at the thigh. Double bend at the knee. Works really good despite having the knee pad right there. And then we do have the articulated tassels here. Although I have noticed the knee pads, the tassels seem to pop off a little bit too easy, but it's soft plastic into soft plastic, so it is to be expected. He does have rotation at the boot, although it is a little bit hindered just because of the design of the boot. So yeah, you are going to get some rotation, but not as much as you would expect. Then he does have a hinge which goes back and forward. And surprisingly, no rocker ankle. This warrior, it's just a straight hinge. Oh, this is from a really old basic warrior, isn't it? Because he doesn't have a hinge. Or he doesn't have a rotate or pivot. That's really interesting that they didn't give warrior ankle pivot. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get warrior posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And he just fell down. So we'll wrap up this review, guys. And so here we have the Royal Rumble Ultimate Warrior pose for my final thoughts, and overall this is a really nice figure to have in your collection. And if you don't pick up this figure for any other reason but the yellow belt, I don't blame you guys. This is the first time we have ever seen the yellow Intercontinental title in figure form, and I am really happy that Mattel was finally able to give us the yellow Intercontinental title. I know a lot of people would wonder, why is that so important? Well, this Intercontinental title was put up on the line against Hulk Hogan's world title for the Ultimate Challenge match, so really happy we finally got the Warrior's signature yellow strapped Intercontinental title in figure form. Now, going on to this figure, it is a really nice figure to have in your collection. If you're a fan of the Ultimate Warrior, this is another great Warrior figure to have in your collection. Now, I do have to mention that he does not come with Gorilla Press Slamming Hands. It's not the end of the world, but it is something to note that Mattel didn't give the Warrior his signature Gorilla Press Slamming Hands, and that is pretty much one of his signature moves. So why don't we get hands to represent a wrestler's signature move? I will never understand. Hopefully they do rectify this problem in their upcoming Ultimate Edition's Ultimate Warrior, which we'll be seeing sometime either late this year or early next year. I really am looking forward to that figure, but this figure is no slouch on his own. If you were lucky enough to find this figure at retail, you did get the Ultimate Warrior in December. December, January, or February. For me, unfortunately, my Target sucks at stocking and distribution, so I never saw the Royal Rumble series at all. I mean, at all. Like, I never saw one of these figures on the peg, so having these figures in hand, finally, I am really happy to have the Warrior in my collection, especially one with the yellow Intercontinental title. I did pick up my Warrior from Amazon, and thankfully, sites like Amazon and Ringside Collectibles did distribute these figures for collectors, because that gave us another avenue to pick up these guys. If your Target sucks like mine, you do have to check out Ringside Collectibles and Amazon for these figures. If you act now, you can probably still pick up each and every single one of the Royal Rumble figures. If not, be checking back regularly. Hopefully they do add them back in stock. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.